The Tesla Model 3 and Model Y are two of the best daily drivers on the road today. They're packed with features that set them apart from the competition, but if you're new to EVs or still maybe on the fence about whether a Tesla is right or not for you, well then today's video is what you're looking for. We're going to break down exactly what makes these two models specifically such strong contenders, from costs and maintenance to reliability and everyday usability. And by the end, you'll have a much clearer idea of which one, if either at all, is the right fit for you. Let's get into it. Alright, so one of the biggest reasons I recommend Teslas, especially to people with little to no experience maintaining gas-powered vehicles, is how little upkeep they require compared to traditional combustion engine vehicles. The thing is, a Tesla motor has about 20 moving parts in total versus hundreds in a typical internal combustion engine. Fewer parts means fewer things that can break and no engine oil, spark plugs, or emission checks to worry about. That also means no oil changes and far fewer routine part replacements, which is a huge win for daily driving. Even your brakes last much longer thanks to regenerative braking, which reduces wear while also improving efficiency. In many cases, Teslas can go years without needing a brake replacement. In fact, my old 2021 Model 3 never got its brakes replaced in the 4 years that it was leased at around 65,000 kilometers driven. Now, that's not to say they're completely maintenance free, of course. You'll still need to rotate your tires regularly, replace the cabin air filter about every year to 2 years on the Model 3 and Y, depending on where you live, maintain that brake fluid, and replace the HEPA filter roughly every 3 years. But even these tasks are quite simple, and Tesla provides owner tutorials so you can handle them yourself even without a trip to the shop. So yeah, overall, compared to the time, cost, and potential hassle of maintaining a traditional vehicle, it's an incredibly low maintenance experience owning a Tesla. Hey, quick break in today's video to show you something every Tesla owner will surely appreciate. I recently got these 3WL custom fit floor mats for my Model 3, and instead of just talking about their benefits and why I'm a big fan, I figured we'd actually go through the install together so that you can all visually see why they're the best floor mats I have ever owned. So first thing, here are my stock Tesla mats. They're fine, but you can already see how they're only made for light wear, don't really protect the edges, and get easily salt stained in the winter. Now check these out. The 3WL mats are laser scanned for the exact Tesla floor dimensions. Just drop them in place and they instantly lock into the shape of the space that they are protecting. There's no trimming required, no weird overlaps, just a perfectly snug fit. What's cool is that they're designed with decently raised edges, so dirt, hair, water, rocks, and any other crumbs all stay contained for super easy cleanup. All you have to do is take out the mats, shake them off, and hose them down to get them looking like you just unboxed them. Totally clean in a matter of minutes. And let me show you these mats up close. The texture and finish look way more premium than any of the other mats that I've bought in the past. They feel really sturdy, they're not flimsy at all, and they actually blend in seamlessly with the rest of the interior. It really makes the cabin feel more refined, which is something Tesla should have done from the start. And here's the fun part, 3W is celebrating their brand day from September 9th to September 30th. Order through the link down below in this video's description and pinned comment to get up to 35% off on the official website and up to $50 off on Amazon. Seriously, that is an amazing discount for such high quality liners. Make sure to check them out. Link down below in this video's description and pinned comment. And thanks again to 3W Liners for sponsoring that portion of today's video. Most of you already know that charging a Tesla is generally quite a bit cheaper than filling up a gas tank. So in the US, the average residential electricity rate is right around 16 cents per kilowatt hour, which works out to roughly $39 to $73 per month for home charging, depending on your local electricity rates, your own driving habits, of course, and the specific model that you own. For example, myself here in the province of Quebec, it's way cheaper even at about $20 per month to drive roughly 1,400 kilometers on average any given month. So that's around probably like a sixth or so of what it would cost to fuel up a comparable gas vehicle, which means you're offsetting a good chunk of your Tesla's ownership costs every month on fuel. Another reason Teslas are great daily drivers is just how effortless the charging process is rather than constantly having to go to the gas station to fill up, which in theory, when you've always had a gas vehicle, you're like, okay, really, what's the big deal? But having a Tesla for many years or any EV, just coming home, plugging it in and setting and forgetting about it, when you go back to the gas pump, it really feels like a waste of time. So really, for most drivers, home charging saves both time and money while keeping your car ready to go on a daily basis. Next up, when it comes to safety, Tesla consistently ranks among the best in the industry. The Model 3 has earned a 5-star overall rating from the NHTSA, and both the updated Model 3 and the Model Y have received 5-star safety ratings from Euro and CAP as well, putting them at the top of their classes. Many competing vehicles, even those known for safety, simply don't match these scores. And part of Tesla's advantage comes from their design, right? The heavy battery pack that sits low in the chassis, also lowering the center of gravity and improving stability of the vehicle, while the rigid battery floor adds structural strength here. So large crumple zones also help absorb impact energy, and Tesla's standard suite of active safety cameras provides that constant driver assistance. With each new model bringing further improvements, it's really clear here why Tesla's safety leadership isn't just, a fluke. It's built into every car that they make with a purpose. If you like the idea of your car constantly improving over time, Tesla is hard to beat. I love that these vehicles receive frequent over-the-air software updates, often adding entirely new features or improving on existing ones, things like expanding music app options, new parental control options, and even wider camera views. The best part, of course, is that you don't have to even visit a service center for these updates. Just tap on the software tab on your touchscreen to check for any updates available, or wait for a notification letting you know that an update is ready. And you can even schedule those updates to take place overnight while they are charging and you're asleep. The only real downside is that updates can take a little while to install, but again, if you start them overnight or during any downtime that you have, it's a simple, hassle-free process that keeps your Tesla feeling much fresher long after you even purchased it. A lot of people shopping for a daily driver don't put much thought into performance, but with a Tesla, it is a huge bonus that's just baked in. These cars are really fast, at least in a straight line. Even the slowest models outrun many of the quickest gas-powered cars on the market. For example, the 2025 Model 3 long-range all-wheel drive can do 0 to 60 in just 4.2 seconds, while the Model Y long-range hits that same speed in only 4.1 seconds. And that's without even touching the performance models, some of which can do these times as little as 2.1 seconds. And the best part is that the speed comes with a really smooth and quiet ride. There's no gear shifting, no engine noise, just instant acceleration. Plus, features like sound canceling windows on certain trims make the cabin feel even more refined. Another big plus for daily driving is the visibility and camera tech that you get in a Tesla. Both the Model 3 and Model Y can display live left, right, and rear camera feeds right on the center screen while you're driving. It's incredibly useful for checking blind spots, especially if you're towing or carrying any bulky cargo, and makes lane changes much safer. You can also pull up the rear cameras anytime for extra confidence when backing out of tight spaces or keeping an eye on traffic while stopped. Then there's Tesla's Sentry Mode, a built-in security system that uses the vehicle's cameras and sensors to monitor your car when it is parked. When enabled, it can flash the headlights, sound an alarm, display a warning message on the screen, and record any suspicious activity as long as you have a USB drive installed in the glove box. It is really a great layer of protection, especially if you park in any less secure areas. Also, if you're buying the new Model Y Juniper, you'll get an extra bonus, a new front bumper camera as part of the 2026 update, giving you even more visibility than before. The Tesla app is essentially a remote control for your vehicle, and it makes daily ownership far more enjoyable. From your phone, you can lock or unlock the car, pop the trunk, check your range, and even schedule nightly preconditioning so your Tesla is ready to go every morning, plus a whole bunch of other things. You can also access a live camera view from your car's built-in cameras, great for checking on your vehicle when it is parked, and if an issue ever comes up, you can even schedule all of your maintenance or service directly through the app without needing to call the dealership. The app also replaces the need for any type of physical key fob, even though your Tesla does come with 2 key cards. But so when phone key is enabled, you'll never lock yourself out as long as you have your phone with you. Another standout feature is Smart Summon, which lets your Tesla navigate a parking lot to your location using its cameras and sensors. That being said, you do have to have a full self-driving monthly subscription or having purchased it outright, but it is a really cool party trick. I've tried it a couple of times. Realistically though, you're not going to probably be using this on a daily basis. Overall though, once you get used to this level of connectivity, it's really hard to go back to a car that doesn't have it. For daily driving, fast charging might not be a top priority, but if you plan to take road trips or just want that flexibility to recharge quickly, Tesla's supercharging network is a huge advantage over other EVs, even though now they can actually also utilize the Tesla charging network. As of 2025, it is the largest fast charging network in the world with over 70,000 chargers globally. That coverage really matters even in day-to-day life, especially if you don't have access to a level 2 charger at home, even though I would not recommend that at all. In that case, you might rely though on weekly or semi-weekly top-ups at superchargers, and even if you charge at home, say 95% of the time though, which is recommended for a cheaper and more streamlined process, knowing that you can quickly add a few hundred miles of range when needed takes away a lot of the range anxiety that new EV owners often feel. So overall, both the Model 3 and Model Y are fantastic vehicles, but if you're deciding which one fits your daily driving needs, here's how I would break it down. If you want a more efficient, streamlined sedan experience, of course the Model 3 is hard to beat. It's slightly quieter at highway speeds, more energy efficient, and has less weight and frontal area, which helps with long-term economy and cost. That said, while the interior can feel a bit tight as it's a little bit smaller, it's perfect if you mostly commute solo or with 1 or 2 passengers and don't feel the need to haul much cargo. But if you do need more flexibility, the Model Y is going to be the way to go. Its hatchback design makes loading and unloading much easier, and the extra space, 34.3 cubic feet versus the Model 3's 22.9, means it can handle strollers, luggage, sports gear, or even bicycles much easier. The Model Y can also tow lighter loads, something the Model 3 just cannot match. In terms of speed and tech though, the two are nearly identical. The Model 3 feels a bit snappier thanks to its smaller size, but the main differences come down to ride height, form factor, and cargo access. And if you're ready to buy your next Tesla, make sure to check out my links down below in this video's description to pick up a $5 delivery day checklist or buy all of your accessories ahead of time over on my Amazon storefront. So that's it for today's video. Really hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel. I post once every Saturday. And with that said, I'll see you in the next one.